So Demetrius was born in 1966 in Larissa Prefecture in central Greece. He studied medicine at the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki. He lives in Larissa, Greece, and works as a medical doctor, internist. He's author of 10 poetry books, has attended international festivals widely, and again, is an acclaimed poet with many awards. I'm grateful for your participation, Demetrius. Please go ahead and share your poems. Thank you.
I will read my poems in Greek because my pronunciation is not so good. My first poem, το πρώτο μου ποίημα, ονομάζεται «Στο νεκρό ποιητή της αφάνειας». Προς τιμήν του νεκρού αδημοσίευτου ποιητή. Μπράβο σου, νίκησες, δεν πρέπει να λυπάσαι. Τα ανέκδοτά σου ποίηματα, πάντοτε να θυμάσαι, δεν θαύτηκαν, δεν λύγησαν στο πέρασμα του χρόνου. Σαν το χρυσάφι μες στη γη, λιώνουν, μένουν, ποτέ δεν λιώνουν. Θα αργήσουν, όμως θα δοθούν κάποτε στο λαό τους, να του προσφέρουν τον γλυκό αιώνιο καρπό τους. The next poem has the title On to the Peace Hero. Οδή στον ποιητή της ειρήνης, τον ήρωα της ειρήνης. Γεννήθηκες μία φορά για 1000 επαναστάσεις. Πέθανες μία φορά με 1000 αναστάσεις. Φώτισες αιώνια ιδανικά σε σεντούκια ονείρων. Φύσηξες λέξεις ποιητών σε ανέμους αρμονίας. Πόνεσες από απρόσωπες πληγές, χαστούκισες αδικίες. Για την ελευθερία πάλεψες, νίκησες για την ειρήνη. The next poem has the title Our Heart's Visitors. Επισκέπτες της καρδιάς μας. Ξένη ομιλία με πέτρινο μανδύα πλανιέται απειλητικά σε κάθε βήμα μας. Ψυχρές στάλες ευγένειας καίνε την ανάσα μας. Έπαψε η ελπίδα να επισκέπτεται την καρδιά μας. Το χιόνι σήμερα δεν είναι λευκό. Είναι άχρωμο σαν τις ήριδες των μαρτιών μας. Σαν το καλημέρα που δεν βγαίνει από τα χείλη μας. Έπαψε η αγάπη να επισκέπτεται την καρδιά μας. Σκισμένη αφίσα στη δίνη του ανέμου η κάθε λέξη μας. Γαλάζια βότσαλα βυθισμένα στο μπλε της θάλασσας, τα όνειρά μας. Έπαψε η ποίηση να επισκέπτεται την καρδιά μας. The next poem has the title In a Flash. Άψε σβήσε. Παραβίασες τα σύνορα που έθαψαν το γνώθι σε αυτόν. Γκρέμισες φυλακές πίσω από κουρτίνες που πυρπόλησε η σπίθα της οργής σου. Χωρίς ουρλιαχτά, χωρίς ψιθύρους, στο άψε σβήσε, έτσι απλά γέννησες φως. Σαν αγκάλιασες όσα δεν λέγονται, μα γράφονται στο σκοτάδι. The next poem has the title Illusions. Ψευδαισθήσεις. Βουβές ρητίδες στο μέτωπό μας τα σύνορα της ιστορίας. Ρίχνουν κλεμμένες ματιές σε στίχους του ομήρου. Ψευδαισθήσεις γεμάτες ενοχές. Λυτρώνουν τραυματισμένους ψήφιους που έγιναν αντίλαλοι σε φωτισμένες σπηλιές ανόητων και αθώων. Moving. The next poem. Μετακόμιση. Γυμνή πια χρώματα ντυθήκαμε. λέξεις και φωνές γδίσαμε. Τυφλή πια το φως ήπιαμε, τον θάνατο κολυμπήσαμε. Με αλκοόλ και τσιγάρα στις αποσκευές ψευδομαρτυρήσαμε. Ποιοι είμαστε ξεχάσαμε. Πάνω σε ένα πουλί τη ζωή μας χτίσαμε και ξαναπετάξαμε. Απλώς μετακομίσαμε. The next poem has the title Puzzle. Puzzle. Να γεννιέμαι στο δάσος από νερό και χώμα. Δέντρο να γίνομαι σκορπίζοντας τα φύλλα. Να αιωρούμε ανίερα ως παζλ στον αέρα. Να μετρώνε τα πουλιά ως ρητίδες με χρώμα. Να αναζητώ με silver alert δίχως όνομα εμένα. The next poem has the title Fictitious Line. Νοητή γραμμή. Fictitious line. Νοητή γραμμή is no this poem. Sorry, ideals. Sorry. Ιδανικά, ideals. Βουνά χιονισμένα, μνημεία αρχαία, βοριάς που μας γνέφει, σκέψη που κυλά, εικόνες βαμμένες με ύμνους ιστορίας, λέξεις ιδανικών με ιδανικά γεωμετρίας. The next poem has the title The End. Το τέλος. Η γεύση των φρούτων δεν φεύγει από το στόμα μου, μα η πίκρα των λόγων γκρεμίζει τα σύννεφα και στίβει το χιόνι, μετρώντας τα βότσαλα. Μα εσύ δεν μου είπες, γιατί με ξεγέλασες, γιατί με τον πόνο και τάδικο θέλησες να πεις πως το τέλος πάντα με δάκρυα καίγεται. The next poem has the title Fictitious Line. Νοητή γραμμή. Καπνί από τσιγάρα και κούπες γεμάτες καφέ. Δίπλα στη νοητή γραμμή. Που η δίνη των λέξεων ακουμπά και γνέφει, τραυματισμένη τη σιωπή μου. Εσείς.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dimitris.
Thank you. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Appreciate your participation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Me too.
We'll move on to Nayera Rahman, who's from Pakistan. And she is a well-known writer in Pakistan. She's again won many awards. She has done translations, written short stories, poems, and is very active in the Pakistani literary community as well. So Nayera Rahman, we are proud to have you. Please share your poems with us.
Okay, great. So, hi everyone. Two quick notes. First of all, today is my birthday, so thank you everyone, and to Dr. Waqas Paja and his team in particular. I could not have asked for a more fulfilled entry into my new year. And second, the poem I'm about to read now, Looking for Newspapers, was written on my first visit to Delhi in 2009, which, as many of us may recall, was a time of unusual political madness. It invites us to think about the Delhi of today as well. So, starting with Looking for Newspapers. We have been published, my friend tells me in her brown-skinned English. What does Delhi's press have to say about us? We are curious. Unfortunately, Our host preserves heritage, not archives. She suggests we go to Connaught Place, that delightfully urban concept Deliwalas have made their own. So politeness, in khakis, a blue beret, and beetle leaf, halts a rickshaw for us, negotiates a fare on our behalf, and grins with clasped lips, leaking red, as we bounce on our journey to CP. The roads are getting wider, clearer, and modern living is encroaching every click of the rickshaw's meter. The soft pink stone of our path is giving way to the impassive grey of concrete. Our travel companions are billboards, not trees now. The rickshaw skirts furtively, like a government clerk, exceeding and humble, head bent, as if apologizing for its smallness, to some omnipresent but unknown authority, deified in bigger cars. Everyone bypasses the occasional signal, but offending a uniformed driver with his passenger will be made a crime. Our rickshaw driver glares at a Bachchan's idea, another short-lived commitment of prosperity. Which one is his? The government clerk loosens his belt. We are there. We settle the fare, and rush to match a penciled address with bilingual graphite. It doesn't take long, but it is too late. The shop closed an hour ago. Perhaps some hawker, lax with excess inventory, can help us. Silence speaks for my friend's disappointment. McDonald's and shopping eagerly extend comfort. Our feet are browsing the streets, aimlessly perhaps. In underground stalls, alit with maghrib, curiosity raises eyebrows, and indifference lowers them. Delhi knows her foreigners, their touristy surprise, their pretense of sympathy and savior bores her. Delhi is incorrigibly new, but foreigners are always the same. Foreigners always have potential. We stare at a Majun storekeeper. We stare at her bare mane and stark face. Hard lines and kindness live there, and in her voice. She is our alien. There is no one like her in the political laboratories we call home. She is amused by how impressed we are. She is our transaction. Like Daly, she fascinates us. She knows she fascinates us, just not why. That evening, in a Banya's unspoken approval of our modest ways, in the careless favor of a jaywalker, in a Bihari Babu's seamless dismissal of a neighborly tiff 60 years too long, in a swarm of energy, t-shirts, henna, youth, hospitality, and friends, we read each word of that unseen blurb we had sought for so long. Clearly, no one sells the kind of newspapers we were looking for. Thank you. That's it from my end.
Thank you very much, Nira. Really appreciate taking the time to participate in this event. Greatly appreciate that. We will have our first in-person reader now in Franklin Abbott, who has not been participating for a couple of years, but he was formerly certainly a pretty regular participant in this event. Franklin Abbott is a poet, psychotherapist, activist, and original member of the Radical Fairies. Franklin Abbott is author of 2 collections of poetry and a CD of original music and poetry. Franklin, we are very proud to have you here. If you could.
Thank you, Waqas, and thanks to Agnes Scott College for hosting this. It was delightful to hear poetry in Italian and Greek and Polish and English, of course. And it's an honor to be with you. Some of you I have been with before, virtually and in person. Excuse me. I have 2 poems to read. The first is, "The news is often unbearable." mass shootings, senseless wars, wildfires and floods, the politics of brutality. I sit in a neighborhood restaurant, Italian style, lots of pasta on the menu, gelato next door, but no Italians. It is a breezy night after a rain, and I sit at the end of the table, my two friends facing each other. They have known each other for decades. One is from India, the other from Pakistan, and we avoid politics as long as we can. And then I listen so I can understand how personal politics can be. My Indian friend explaining, my Pakistani friend inquiring, and I am ordering our dessert, pistachio, gelato, and lemon sorbet, two flavors that could not be more different, melting beside each other in the bowl, our 3 spoons scooping, stories not jiving, history in fragments, friendship walking on glass. Who broke the window? I don't know. And the 3 of us, all post-colonials, finish dessert and go to our cars that are parked in direct opposition. I back out with my Indian friend in tow. My Pakistani friend is free to drive forward to follow her out into the same cool night, going home to separate places, each with a tiffin of pasta. We can warm tomorrow and remember how we sat together with our different stories and ate our dinner in peace. And the other poem is called You Bless Our Future. And it is based on an account that I read in the news. You bless our future. Refugee, how to flee. First question, how deep is the sea? How wide is the land? Can we withstand? Second question, floating in uncertainty, will I be allowed or returned? Third question, should I relent or persist? If I am where I have chosen to be, if I have fled my homeland, if I have taken my children and elders on a long march from home to the sea, and if we have been given life jackets, more expectancy than we had, and we were hungry and thirsty and holding on to each other, and we know a sister was about to give birth, and then they stole the motor from our boat and pushed us back with their oars, and we languished in the unforgiving sea. We did not stop loving each other. We gave each other breath. How many days did we love each other into life? How did we learn that famished hands, exhausted hands, old hands, and children's hands hold, hold, hold? And we went on. For us and for you, born here now anew, we knew you were coming. We knew we were bringing you to peace and plenty. You bless our future, our future. You bless our future. Thank you.